Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. In further evidence of the epic failure of the church leadership over the past 50 years and a sign of encouragement that at least some in the church are finally trying to change course, the latest news out of the Vatican is noteworthy. The Vatican is preparing what amounts to an instruction booklet for priests and the faithful on how to properly attend Mass, meaning with reverence and piety and a worshipful soul. Imagine this for a moment. Things have gotten so bad that the Vatican has to issue what essentially is a Mass for Dummies handbook. Underscoring this, late last week, San Francisco Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone gave a speech in London, England, and during the question and answer section of the speech, he lamented, rather dramatically according to those in attendance, the woeful and near disgusting lack of silence in the church before and after each Mass. What Catholics, the average Joe Catholic sitting in the pews, has failed to grasp is the enormous drop-off in authentic worship that has overcome a huge number of people sitting at Mass each week. They simply do not know or understand and have no real grasp that they do not know just how bad things have really gotten at Our Lady of Suburbia. And what's more, a large number of priests are equally in the dark. They haven't been trained enough in theology. They haven't been formed, that's authentic theology, by the way. They haven't been formed sufficiently spiritually to grasp just how miserable conditions are at Mass each Sunday. Not that all of this is their fault. Ignorance of the truth does excuse a person to a degree. Just exactly to what degree will be adjudicated by our blessed Lord at our own private judgments. But in the meantime, this ignorance must be overcome. So, enter the Vatican's new manual that they are hoping will be out by the summer. We're told there are some rather direct comments in there about priests needing to stop being showmen. Yep. The Mass isn't about Father Nice as much as you might want it to be, Father. It's about worshiping God. It's supposed to say that in there as well, that it's about worshiping God. The Mass isn't about gathering as a community and having some feel-good emote in. It's supposed to say that in there too. The Mass is the central act of worship, the highest expression of our Catholicism because it is offering to and worshiping God in the precise manner in which He Himself has commanded us to do. Do this in memory of me. Stated in another way from the Vatican Cardinal leading the work, the Mass, quote, is the adoration of God and the salvation of men, which is not a creation of ours, but source and summit of the Church. The Cardinal also blasted the idea of entertaining music being played and certain songs being sung that are meant to evoke an emotional response to help overcome boredom. Yep, clearly he's been to practically any parish in the United States on any given Sunday where the audience is treated to a nice rendition and medley of some Protestant hymns like Amazing Grace, yeah, Amazing Grace, as well as syrupy, sappy 1970s and 80s Catholic hits suitable for the banjo and drum accompaniment. We've attached a link to the news article that offers more detail, and it's well worth the read. But in the meanwhile, it's worth considering, again, that A, this is being done at all. Good. And B, that things are so off track, it needs to be done. Bad. Now, this is going to go over like a lead balloon with many of the baby boomer Catholics who rather like this Church of Nice, and we're talking about priests as well as laity. They don't go to Mass to worship God, they go to Mass to worship themselves. So instructions from that old man in Rome, the guy in white, are not going to be received joyfully, will be opposed, will be spoken of in derogatory terms, either explicitly or implicitly and slyly by the more career-minded. But they can throw fits and whine and yell that the church is out of step all they want, that it's trying to return to the Dark Ages and all their usual talking points. They can say that all they want. The fact is, things are severely messed up, and little by little, steps are being taken to fix them. While it is proving to be one very long day, this much is certain. The sun is continuing to set on the modernist Catholic crowd. Pray that a peaceful night will soon be upon us. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.